Alright, what if I just get 100 now? There's no way that is ever going to happen, but I mean, it is going to happen at some point. I don't know if I'll get 100. Someone is gonna get it. I don't mean the runner someone, I just mean someone. Maybe Luke, if he comes back. Maybe Koopy. Maybe some random new runner we don't know of. Maybe real Mim. Once we have A's and you can beat the game in 20 minutes, then Mim might be able to do it in 1 hour. Maybe me. The thing is, with the strats we have, you can get like a 59. But considering I'm so bad at the game, like even 101 is going to be really hard for me. Because I'm like 2 minutes slower than Luke. Just because of my execution. Like too many small mistakes that you don't really notice that add up. Like one missed drill clip, that's fine, but considering how much you drill clip in this run, that's gonna add up very quickly. Like last run I lost 10 seconds in the split just because I missed this clip here. And Luke does that in less than 4 clips, but I can't do that. Maybe if I start clipping on the other side again, I might be able to get an even faster cycle here, which would be pretty good, because that would allow me to save some time. Yeah, we'll find a shit ton of micro optimizations that all save like 1 second, but there's going to be so many of them that sub hour is going to be literally free. Unless Doof decides to hit you 20 times. Which can happen. Dude, that's how you lose time. Just because I failed to hit up left on my circle pad. Yeah, that's how you lose a lot of time. Like, you have to nail everything. Like, oh my god, how do you take damage there? That's not possible. That load felt longer than normal. I was afraid the game was gonna do something weird. New crash discovered? No. Maybe if you manage to land on the edge of that platform without going in bounds, you can maybe jump around the loading zone. Because what you can do is you can clip out to the right and then hover around it, but you can't do that with the level 1 jetpack. Okay, so that can be improved so much. That was so bad. Like, I choked so hard when I tried to send Ferb into the void. That was bad. That was extremely bad. Imagine not getting a 55 lap 2. I think a 54 might be possible if you are insanely correct. Like, I never use a star when I switch lanes, because I'm afraid of missing things, but like, there's no way I miss things by doing that. Like, switching lanes is almost instant. Okay, that I just lost some time. Yep. That was still a 121. What? Alright, 120 is possible. Definitely. Dude, 119 in a run? Also, how is that not a gold? I mean, I basically typed my gold, but... Come on, that was actually pretty good. Like, it didn't feel good, but 121 is definitely a very good time. 1. Wow. I was expecting him to hit me like 10 times then, because the RNG was insane. So I was like, okay, 4 phases without him hitting me a single time. He has to hit me like 10 times now, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx it. Alright, see ya, and thank you for stopping by. No, I fucked up. Okay. What? Okay. Very interesting beginning so far. Okay. wrong strat. That's what happens when you do no repairs. The third one was not necessary, I was already out of bounds. Also 2 misses there. Like, it keeps happening. But I think this is still insane pace. Actually, no. Never mind. Yo, micro optimization in World 1? Let's go. I was gonna say that felt very clean, except for like the choke in World 2-1. So until the very end, I really didn't want to look at my timer, because I felt like it might still be gold pace, but no. Like, I lost too much time in World 2-1, and there was like one other mistake. Can't really remember what it was, but there was some other sloppy clip. Yeah, Doof was legitimately perfect. He hit me one time. He laughed like once or twice, but that was it. Now watch Mitch kill the 101. Like, being on 101 pace is so scary, because that means I'm gonna get nervous and choke something really stupid. Like, I was beginning to get nervous in World 2 because, like, 2/3, like the last 2/3 of that World 2 were insanely good. Like, besides a few misses on drills, that was, like, legitimately clean. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm gonna not roll. That wasn't correct English, but I didn't want to redo the sentence. Like, there are some auto-scrollers where I do lose time to look. Maybe that is the secret. Like, in my PB, I lost a shit ton of time on surfing, and I don't know how I lost time there. I know I did choke the building part, but it's not like I lost 7 seconds there. That's the real reason why Luke has record. He knows his secret strat on surfing. Now, the real reason why Luke has record is because he always splices, and he's too scared of streaming his attempts. He only does offline runs. He said that playing online or like streaming makes him really nervous, or like distracts him, most importantly. Like, he streamed attempts on Twitch for like 1 time, and he played so poorly. He still got record because he got carried by Twilight Menu, because back then we didn't know Twilight Menu saves a lot of time. watch Mitch completely annihilate this run. The timer is gonna be like 25 seconds twice. Honestly, Mitch is the true run killer. Like, Mitch can be a lot worse than Doof, and it's much later in the run. Yeah, so 21, so that was a good read. Like, best possible time is 101.41. What should be like 102.10 after this? Hit that. That's 13, okay. Not as good as the no repairs run, where it was 16 and 10. Also, I lost time because of the pattern. Oh, this sucks. Okay. 14 seconds lost to Mitch. I lost more time to Mitch than I did in all of the splits up until then. 11 seconds in the first 5 splits of the run. And then 15 in the next one. Okay, this is where the run begins, right? The next question is, do I want a safety save in like 4-1 if it's on insane pace? Because I might lose like record there if I void out, but I can still get a PB probably. Assuming I get the time save here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that once I void out. I could void out on Mimstrat. That would be a really sad way to lose the run. Okay. So that's like the first big time loss. That was actually my own fault. Yeah, it is hard, but it can happen. Okay, I would like insane RNG here, please. Also, I could theoretically lose the run to shitty RNG in World 4. Which can very well happen. Like, there's one minigame where it's optimal to quit out and hope you get a better one. And that one only unlocks in World 4. So we were safe back when 90% had no repairs in World 4. No, it's not. Like, it doesn't have a clean mim strat. Also, what? Doesn't have the other insane new optimization that maybe doesn't even save time. We have to get to a point where we skip all pumps in the game, and then we can save time by never getting the text box, which should save like 3 more frames. Okay. This one is not great, but could be a lot worse. And I just failed it, by the way. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure it saves time, but not a lot. Safety strats, let's go. Didn't want to fully commit to it, considering it's a really good run. Also, of course, I could have skipped the first one by just hovering around it. But I didn't want to risk it. It's not risky, but you know. I'll go for that once I go for sub 1 hour. Now I just want to get a good run, you know? My hands are getting a bit sweaty. Alright, I really don't want to choke this jump. Okay. That always scares me. It always looks like you land on the outer edge of it. Okay, so I think this is a gold. I died on Mim strat. I got very mediocre RNG. And some other minor mistakes. Like that one clip where I went back in bounds. So yeah, sub 10 will happen very soon, like sub 10 world 3. And then the only level that's slower than 10 minutes is world 3. World 4, which is like 12 minutes. Although I could probably improve it to like 11 something, like barely below 12. But I'd have to play out of my mind for that. That was really bad. Like the thing in this game is you can just cut the corners really tightly, because you get no punishment for running into a wall. Alright, insta clip, come on. That's pretty good. It's insane, dude. A 3:09, what the fuck? That's like a perfect time. What the fuck, dude? That was insane. Alright, can't get nervous. Remember my no repairs PB where I lost like 20 seconds here? Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, let me just dodge that. Right. Okay. I will safety save. I'm not gonna throw this run away. Let's do this fast. Alright, please don't give me the camera game. That's the one thing that can kill this run. Okay. This is kind of slow, but at least it's not the minigame that straight up kills your run. Honestly, that wasn't much worse than the game I got in World 3. Probably even better than that, actually. That's slower. I should have just done the old strat there where you don't even land on the trampoline. The no repair strat. Because like using the trampoline is slower. We only use it because we have to for the ground storage. Okay, so time loss there. Okay. Don't get nervous, challenge. That's like missing a drill clip up here. Alright. Calm down, okay? The run can still die in a lot of places. I can still lose record to the final boss. Don't get your hopes up too high. Okay, let's just play, alright? It's just Phineas and Ferb ride again, alright? I've done this many, many times. Don't void out. Okay, good. I have lost several runs to voiding out though. It's actually unbelievable. Perfect RNG, no. What? Okay. Whatever. That's kinda lucky. Alright. Also, I'm not looking at chat anymore, by the way. What if I void out when I'm gonna try to kill Ferb? I was extra careful there because it's so easy to void out there. Like I prefer losing time to like double checking. Because like sometimes it looks like you are definitely not out of bounds, but then you are and you void out. Maybe I jumped a bit earlier. No, that's perfect. I also did an extra draw clip there that was not necessary. I don't know why I did it. Alright, we're done. It's been done. Doof needs to be nice. Actually, no, the plants need to be nice. Doof is free. The plants are not free. So a lot of tiny sloppy mistakes. Also, I safety saved, so that's another time loss. But still a gold. I need to calm the fuck down, like, right now. I can lose 30 seconds and tie record, okay? But the thing is, I don't just want record, I want 101. That's what I really want. Like, imagine I get the God run, and then I throw 101 to the plants. So, I'm actually scared. Like, this should be record, but that's not what I want. Because the thing is, like, if I get 102.10 or something, or 102.5, I actually don't know if I can do it again. Like, this run was so fucking good. There were some mistakes, but they were minor. Like, they were insanely minor. Like, I missed the first cycle in World 2. I saved in World 4. Like, general sloppiness, like some missed drill clips, right? Like, drilled at a wall or something. Like, that happened a bunch of times. The minigame RNG was bad. The other RNG was insane. Doof was insane. Mitch was kind of bad. Mitch was bad, okay? The minecart game was crazy. Like, I'm just guaranteed to always lose like 10 seconds there. How did I save 3? What the fuck? This run is so good. Okay, I'm not throwing it. No, I'll go with the split. That room was not good. Dude, what? Okay, the last one was really shitty. I lost like 12 seconds there. Meaning 101 is barely on. Let's hope that didn't kill it. That would have been really sad. Did I get it? No! I knew it. It had to happen. It had to happen. Of course. The fucking piranha plants. Wait, how the fuck? Yeah. I was gonna say, how did I lose so much time to wreck it on one split, but that was Mitch. My World 4 was still way slower than Luke, although my route is better. But I guess the thing with the route is that it mainly saves time in Worlds 2 and 3. So I guess it might lose some time in World 4 actually, I don't know. It's record though. It's going to be so fucking hard to beat this. Of course it came down to the plants, of course. You know what? That very last red piranha plant, I thought I had it, right? I was so close to it, I was mashing eggs. But I wasn't quite close enough to it, and then it ran away, and I had to chase it. That's what made me lose 101. Like, in general, the plants were bad, as they always are. But that killed it. That was it. So yeah, 101 next, huh? Thank you for the 102 bits. I would have preferred 101 bits, but I guess I threw for that one extra bit. Alright. It's record. I don't know. I did not expect to get record like first try today. I thought, okay, 102, yeah, I can do that. And that's why the stream title says 102 and not world record, because I thought world record wasn't quite in reach just yet. But yeah, it's record. It's actually crazy. This doesn't feel real. Like, right now I'm upset because I choked 101. Like, really fucking hard. But it doesn't... Like, when you think about it, I have record in Phineas and Ferb riding in, which is something that I've wanted for so long, right? I've tried this for such a long time, and there were so many moments in time where I was just short of getting record, right? I was grinding my ass off. I had runs that were on record pace by like a minute that I threw in late game. And then Luke just bopped me. Oh, like, bopped himself, right? And got a way better record. It's like, when I joined the community, the world record was 107.36 by Luke. And between Luke getting that time and me joining the community, actually I think shortly after I joined the community, Luke found one optimization that saves like 20 seconds. And then when I learned the game, that's all I had, right? I used Luke's route and I used that one extra optimization. And that's all I had. And then over time, I looked at old strats, right? Actually, no, that's not the first thing that happened. The first thing that happened was I found a consistent setup for the clip in the minecart race, because people didn't do that before. So that let us save like 20 seconds or something, maybe more. Actually, with a perfect run, it saves half a minute. Like I got this time, like crazy time. 309, that doesn't happen. Without clips, you get a 340. And then I was looking at old strats. There's a video called Ride Again Tricks Showcase by Zambrini, made in 2019, where Zam showcased a bunch of tricks he found, and some of them were incorporated into the ride, but not all of them. So I had a look at some of them, and I incorporated them. Right? That's how I found out about ground storage in World 4-2 to skip the fishing rod, right? Because Zam also found void storage back then, but I didn't find the video because that was an extra video that I found like a few months later, like a month later or something. So we had to work with that. So that's one thing. I managed to route out the fishing rod using old knowledge. I managed to route out the level 3 skateboard because like one day I realized that you can clip through the skateboard ramps, and then I noticed that you can simply skip the final skateboard upgrade by clipping through the 2 ramps that you have to take in World 4-3. So that was another big time save, right? That's what I found. And then I had an idea, and this was still summer 2021, right? I had a crazy idea to route out the beam, right? So shortly after I routed out the fishing rod, I was like, wait, what if we actually get the fishing rod to do that one repair in World 4-1 to get into 4-4 to get that one chest, but that would allow us to skip the final part of 4-4 and most importantly skip the beam and upgrading it twice. And I did a run of that without knowing it was faster, and then I realized, wait, this is like way too hard because at the time I wasn't good at the ground storage, and then I gave up on that. And then I found that strat, like I timed that strat way later, and it turned out it saves like 10 seconds if you get perfect minigame RNG, and it loses time if you don't. But then, way later, there was some insane route idea that I had, although I don't remember what it was. Or maybe when I first thought about skipping the beam. Actually, I need to look at my video. I was going to retell the history, right? But basically, I managed to improve that by like skipping the beam, which now saved a minute. And then like the big roadblock. Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, no, I'm stupid, right? So what I first did was just going into 4-4 to get that one chest and go back. And all I did back then was skip the last part of 4-4, but it was still slow because you had to use the beam, right? Because the big obstacle we had for a very, very long time was Candace in World 4-2 because she was blocking our way. It was impossible to get past her, right? What you have to do is use the beam to move a crate onto a switch to get her out of the way. It is not possible to clip through her. And there are some ways to get around her, but all of them require the beam, right? So the beam was still part of any percent. And the initial ground storage setup also required the beam before we had the void storage setup. So the holy grail was the way to skip Candace so we could also route out the beam. And then in January of this year, I had the craziest idea, which in hindsight was easy, right? It was the freest idea. Just use the subsection in 4-3, clip through the wall to go into the main level. And that lets you skip Candace in 4-2, and it lets you skip the beam. So that was the big discovery I made January of this year. It saved a minute, right? Because you don't have to worry about getting the beam and upgrading it. You don't have to get Candace out of the way, and you can skip that entire section of 4-2, right? Massive time save. Would save a minute. Record was 1:02:15 at the time. Would have saved a minute. So, like, overall, Luke also did some micro optimization. Luke actually found a lot of micro optimizations. Matthew found one micro optimization, which doesn't exist anymore because now we have Mimstrat. But most of the big time saves were either found by me or they were rediscovered by me because they were found like 3 years ago and people didn't record them anything. Like there was, no records of it. Nobody knew about them and like people forgot about them, so I rerouted them back in. So I managed to bring like a possible time down from like 107 to 100 of 59, right? So Luke had a 102 with the old route that was insanely slow. And he could have gotten a 101 with that route, which is insane. And there were many points in time where I could have gotten record. Because the 107.36 stayed for a very long time, even though I found a bunch of discoveries, right? So I had a bunch of time save, which at the time was like 2 or 3 minutes over record. And I tried to get record. I had some runs that were on pace, but they died. And then Luke came back and he lowered the record down to like 104. And then we found out that that Twilight menu is banned. That it's way faster, so we banned it. So record was 107.36 again, right? It's like all of the runs Luke has gotten since then were invalid. So then I immediately started doing runs again, like grinding for records. Had a run on pace again, killed it somewhere. And then Luke did runs on an actual cartridge and brought the record down to 102 ultimately. And then like I found the beam skip rather. We now have mimstrat, we now have some other micro optimizations. And we can destroy 102, right? 101 is going to happen, 100 is going to happen. And with an absurd run, 59 will happen. This run could have been the first ever 101. But I was always bad at the Piranha Plants room, and I still am. Luke lost a shit ton of time there as well in the record. Like, record could have been this time, but Luke also lost, like, a shit ton of time there. And I just lost a second to record, so, yeah. That's what ultimately killed it. I can still improve. But sadly it's the next run. Yeah, what if I do another run and it's just 101? Because the thing is, what's good about this run is that when I'm on pace, I won't be nervous anymore because I've already done it, right? I've already gotten this run. It's happened. Right? I have record, okay? No reason to get nervous. But the thing is, like, the factors that are out of my control in this run were insane. And that's the one reason why I'm a bit worried that I might not be able to get this kind of run again. I didn't play perfectly. I played really well for my own standards, but the thing is my standards are kind of low, right? There were a lot of moments where I was sloppy. There were lots of missed drill clips, there were lots of slow drill clips. There was a safety save, which I guess is like 5 seconds, but whatever. There was a big mistake, big choke in World 1. A choke in World 2, missed the cycle, some other small mistakes. Missed Mimstrat, I died on Mimstrat. Right? I golded World 3, but I had a death on Mimstrat. The thing with this game is lots of time save came from micro optimizations, right? There were massive reroutes, right? We routed out the fishing rod, although it was brought back for one use. We routed out the final skateboard upgrade. We routed out the beam entirely. And that saves a shit ton of time. We got consistent minecart clips, or like relatively consistent minecart clips, so we have time save there. And that's big time save, but there are so many tiny micro optimizations. Like, I found strats in this game that save like a second or two, and I timed all of them. Like, I have put so much effort into optimizing this game. Like, no matter who is gonna be the one to completely destroy this game and get a really optimal time, of course it's gonna be their achievement, but like, this route is like my baby, right? Like, this was all me. Most of it, of course. Like, I don't want to take all the credit, of course. Like, Luke found things, Matthew found things. And of course all of this is based on the work by Matthew and someone and Zambrini and Lizio, who routed the game back way before Luke and I ever played it. Or like ran it at least. I played it as a kid, Luke didn't. But like from 107 all the way to like potentially 100 or 59, most of that was me, okay? Also, people, even Luke, wouldn't have really looked into this game if it weren't for me, right? Because Luke thought Racket was really good, but I was the one person who came in and was like, okay, I'm gonna actually optimize this game. So Luke also kept playing. Luke came back to this game, right? He stopped playing after the 107. The 107 happened in like December of 2020, or like November. I think it was December of 2020. So Luke didn't play the game. until I joined in like, I don't know. I first asked about some tricks in spring of 2021, but it took me a while until I actually started to properly run the game. Let's say I really started in summer of 2021. We can take a look at that one comment. Because before I even joined the Discord, I left a comment under the old record on YouTube. Because there were 2 tricks that I couldn't do in World 4. Now they are absolutely free. So yeah, it's not quite the time that I wanted. It's not the milestone. It's just 2 seconds off of the milestone. It's like 1 piranha plant kill off of the milestone. But this is like a significant time because it's the first time I ever had record in this game. And I had the chance to do this back when the game was way less optimized and when the game was easier, right? Because with every optimization, the game becomes more difficult. But now that the record seems really good, I managed to do that. Because the thing is that the fact that Luke was able to get 102.15 with the old route is insane, right? The route is significantly slower than the route used in this run. It loses like 1.5 minutes, honestly, because I also got World 1 backwards, which Luke also didn't have. So that's the newest time save, actually. I forgot to mention that. The newest time save came 2 days ago. World 1 backwards. It saves a crazy amount. So yeah, Luke's run is crazy, right? Like, Luke also got really bad plans, and he messed up on the pre-mim strat. So yeah, this record might stay for a while. But the thing is, the previous record was achieved in November. So that record stayed for 6 months. Actually, more than 6 months. But I have a feeling this record, although it seems so good to me right now, it's not going to stand for 6 months, right? I will beat this. I will definitely beat this. Because I know how much this route saves, right? I know how fast this game can be. Like, I am still insanely sloppy. I just got world record. But if you look at this run, I got carried by the route. That's what happened. I got carried insanely hard because I have a route that's way faster than the world record. But the kind of time you should get with this route is like 1:00, if not better. So considering I got 1:02.01, this run sucked, right? So yeah, I finally got records, which is something that I've wanted for a year. Because when Luke had record, like, Luke had record like 20 minutes ago, right? But when the 107.36 was the record, I watched that, and I was like, yeah, I can beat that. That doesn't look too hard. And there were moments of sloppiness. So I was like, oh, he lost 5 seconds there. He lost 20 seconds there. He lost 5 seconds there. I can beat that, right? You just need a perfect run. And now I finally did it. I beat a time that's over 5 minutes better. It was not a perfect run. It was a run with crazy RNG, right? So I have a feeling that from now on, I'm probably going to reset over Doof. Because that's something that I have predicted a while ago, right? Like, if you watch really old VODs for me, you can hear me say, like, one day we're going to reach the day where we have to reset over Doof, right? Because the run is going to be so optimized that we cannot afford to lose time to Doof. And yeah, I got carried by Doof. This would not have been record without a good Doof. With an average Doof, this would have been like 102.15, right? Something like that, 102.20. So yeah, minecart was insane. Like, if I can get a sub 320 on minecart, I'm happy. And I got a 309, which is wild. Which is actually insane. So I'm gonna have to practice drill clipping, which is a really funny statement, but yeah, that's what I have to do. I just have to practice drill clipping, right? Because it's not just needing more drill clips than Luke to clip through certain walls. It's also drilling at a wall without getting the diagonal in, because sometimes I'll just miss hitting 2 directions at once and I'll just drill at the wall, and that loses time as well. Also, there were a lot of drills where I went for safety, right? Like, sometimes I would switch to Phineas and try to jump just to see if I was out of bounds. Like, pretty much always, I was sure that I was not out of bounds quite. Like, yeah, like, not fully out of bounds just yet, but I just wanted to check. Just in case, to not void out. Like, that was all just safety stress. I mean, I did that a lot. And there were some moments, especially in World 4, where I was insanely scared of voiding out. So I did that. So yeah. I will save time of the previous world record in World 4. I lost 7 seconds this time, but... Yep. I lost time to record on Doof. That's how hard Luke got carried. Would you believe that? It's actually insane. Also, I don't know how I lost 5 seconds on space. Like, is my building just bad? Like, there's no way. Like, you don't lose 5 seconds on space. That's not possible. I also lost 3 seconds on surfing. Like, how? You can't do that. That is not possible. Alright, I'm gonna get a screenshot of this and show all splits. Splice speed up, yeah, true. That's why Luke doesn't stream. That's why he does his runs offline.